Fuck, you're old.
Get ready, everybody. Sparky's Paranormal and Outdoors coming at you. You're going to see, sometimes, videos like this. You're going to hear EVPs sometimes like this. I can't promise you every video is going to have anything, because it's not. Sometimes it's going to be me out there being boring. But you know what? That's what research is. Let's go find stuff. Come join me. Hey everybody, Sparky here, coming at you. So this is kind of interesting because I was just on a live with Elder Medicine Bear Claw, and she was kind of like, there's somebody that has issues right now, and I'm like, I know what you're talking about. And she smiled at me. She always does that because she's in tune. So this is going to be a follow-up of the state park investigation. I am still trying to go through the state park investigation because, number one, there's a lot of noise from the furnace. So a lot of the stuff we got is during that time, and it's 2.5 hours. And then I have a lot in there that honestly I can't put in YouTube because the responses were talking about situations that they would flag immediately. So I'm still trying desperately to go through that. But the entity that we end up talking to, there were several there, and we got names for them. So the state park actually knows the names of the people in there. We actually got it over a static box. It said yes. It was that names over app I use on my phone, which is Transcend, I believe it is. And then I pulled out dowsing rods and asked it again if it was the correct names, and it confirmed yes, and how many people were in the building. So we have 3 different ways we confirmed who they are, that we are actually doing the right names. I actually went through part of the EVPs during that session, or the audio during that session, where my son actually asked, do you know this guy? His father worked here too. He's a head guy in the Forest Service Parks area on that, and his dad actually worked there too. And we got a confirming, yes, he knew them. So the theory of what we got, the people, the spirits we got in that building actually worked on the property, was kind of confirmed the farther I go into that video for EVPs. Besides that, we had another thing that was a nature entity, a nature spirit. No Satan, no demon, no demon, no Satan, no demon, no demon. It's not human, which we confirmed actually going on in the video. No, it's not a demon. Confirmed she was never human, but from the land, she wanted to cross over, and I'm like, you can't cross over because you're not a human. You're a nature spirit kind of thing, and I was trying to figure out what the hell she was. Not a demon. I have it narrowed down for nature spirits kind of thing, and basically the head, the big guy of that area, she was having problems with and wanted to leave. What it came down to, she was just having a hard time actually getting it across. I came back, I talked with Elder about it, and she was kind of like, you need to go back there and actually help her move. And I was like, I agree. I think she's a problem, but I agree. To help her move somewhere where she is better. I say she, as in she came across as a female. Now, between the time we did the investigation and between the time I talked to Elder Messam Bearclaw about all of this, my son's last day was like a week ago. His last day, he came home, he drove my car to work, got done, said goodbyes, and came home. I tried to do 3 sessions in my house and got no response whatsoever. Like, not a knock, not a tick, not nothing. And I was like, that is odd. Like, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, I get a lot of responses. Knocks, clicks, bangs, whatever. I got absolutely freaking nothing. So, the other night, was it 2 nights ago? I let everybody go to bed. Dogs were upstairs. I tried to do a session. I was getting nothing at all. And that's when I was like, something's wrong. My guys in here aren't like that. Something's wrong. And I had my phone app going. I had a boom mic that I have right over here. You can't see it from that distance, but it's this right here. I had that on so I could get all the noise in the room. Eventually, I kind of started getting a little like knocks from the back of the house kind of thing. When I was like, is anybody here? And then I was like, is somebody not letting you talk? That's when I got a bang and I got a thing come over the app that said snare. Like, the app wasn't really going off. That's why I love this app, because it doesn't go off randomly most of the time. It takes a little time for everybody to figure out how to use it, but once they figure out how to use it, it works, and you don't get the weirdo crappy shit of like demon, Satan, all that kind of crap.
Yeah, still not a demon. No demon.
Normally. Literally, I've used it a whole bunch, and I've really got nothing like that. And it doesn't like to really put out numbers that often. So when it does, I really perk up. I started really diving down, going, who's here? That's not letting you guys talk. And then it said car. And I think it was arrival of car or something like that. Now, we just had a vehicle that was used by a family member that just got brought up, and so I assumed it was that vehicle, and I was asking, okay, because I know there are a couple spirits down where that car was located at. Did something come up that's not playing nice with my guys in here? Which didn't make sense to me, because these guys can pretty much take care of most things that come in my house, spirit-wise. It kept on saying car, and then it said something like just arrived, and then it was followed, I think, at some point, and then it just dawned on me, because it said, because I was like, wait, hold on, is it the car that just got here, or is it my car? And it actually came over and said, it is your car. Now I know it's my car that's only been up here, and I was like, oh crap, I think something that we talked to over there, the grumpy nature spirit, took a ride with my son to my property on his last day of work, because everything happened right after that. This is where I start actually trying to dive in, and there was like 4 times after that, or 3 times after that, something like that, they talked about my car. I finally figured out the reason why my guys could not handle this entity, because it was a nature spirit, which is more powerful than regular spirits. This entity came in and basically shut all my guys down, saying you can't talk to him. You're going to hear, I'm going to try to get as much as I can. It was a long session, because after I figured out, I had to basically threaten to remove it in the most heinous way possible. I sent it out to talk to my big guy that I have on my property, and It sounded like it did because it was pretty macho, ego, what have you. It actually said it was my master at one point. Going back, I was like, "Are you saying this?" Or and I'm like, after going back through it, no. It actually said I had to translate it, but it was "I am your master." So we sent it out there, and then my guys actually started coming through really heavy, and it said, "I'm like, is she out there?" And there's like her and then it was gone or something, and then it came back and it was like trial. I'm like, oh shit, she went to take, she thought she was going to be big and bad, and she doesn't realize the guy out here is like, good damn. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the knocks. Huh. Got knocks back. Love that. It's been quiet as shit in here for the last week. I'm like, oh crap. Like she's going through a trial. And then it was, what would it say after that? It was interview. It said something interview. I'm like, oh, she's learning. She's gonna learning. And then she actually came back in the house because everything went kind of quiet. It started getting weird. I'm like, are you back in the house? And I got a bang. I was like, okay. And then I had to challenge it, and I started challenging it when before I asked, because I thought some of the people that were in my house might have left our last big event we had for my family. We had a lot of spirits that came in. You guys probably seen that video where I had people running up and down the hall and all sorts of stuff and EVPs, and then I had a lady that came up and stayed with us, and she had somebody talking in her ear. We had a lot of stuff going on. But when they left, it seemed like they might have actually helped a couple that were here to cross over and go with them. So I knew some of the people, like my army, it was kind of like diminished a little bit, if you will. I'm sitting there talking, and I'm about ready. I'm like, okay, it's on. I'm about ready to give this gal like the last little warning before I have to do something. And I actually went to grab one of my tools to do that, saying I will do it. And next thing I know, it comes across, we are 10. And I'm like, oh shit, they just reached out and brought people back to help them deal with this bitch. I'm like, oh shit. And I start talking, and next thing it goes, it's over. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, it's over. Like, you guys came, you brought, you brought like the infantry in, and you were freaking out, which is hilarious at the time, because I actually mentioned the guy out there. I'm like, I will get him out and come over and help me remove you. Like, I will get the big guy, and it comes across of like, he is the highest or something like that, or he is like the high. It was a definitive answer of like, he is the Billy Badass. He is like the dude. I don't like to ask him to do much because we're on good terms. So, but this session was like weird. Didn't realize that something followed my son here. And then it tried to control the spirits that were here because they were down in numbers. And so when I got intervened, that they actually reached out and pulled other people back. And then my big guy was pretty much like, yeah, he's going to do something. Since then, today after the live with Elder Minister Miraclaw, I call her Mama, she did a prayer. And I'm sitting there listening to her prayer as she does it. She was actually smudging the screen for everybody watching and doing a prayer. And all of a sudden I had a bam, bam. I was like, something's either saying thank you or help. Right before I started doing this, I started hearing stuff in the house. I'm the only one in the house right now. Dogs are outside laying in the yard. I can see them in my cameras. On I'm like, okay. Okay. I think we might have solved the issue. I think my guys might be open again to talk. Sometimes you have to, like, if stuff goes quiet, you have to figure out, it's like, why did it go quiet? Did something come in that was a little more amped up than the normal guys here? Because these guys are pretty laid back. They don't need to be like suck all energy. They're just having a good life, living with my family, enjoying us and everything else. So apparently that's what happened. Anyways, enjoy the video. Shit, I talked for 13 minutes. Here we go. It's going to be kind of odd. I'm not going to repeat everything that comes over between the phone. Now, I have earmuffs on. You might wonder why. I actually have it reverbing back from this boom mic into my ear so I can hear what that boom mic's picking up. And yes, you do hear mumbling at times and different stuff. Anyways, I had somebody follow my son back home. And we solved it. Have a good one, everybody. Talk to you later. Let's watch the video. One of the things I forgot to say. So when I was down here doing all of this for this video, my dogs were upstairs with my wife sleeping. My Shep, my big dog, my little guy stayed with the wife. My big guy came down, immediately came around, and I'm sitting here, and he puts his nose under my arm and lifts it, and then like goes under and just stares at me. And I'm like, "You're okay, buddy. We're okay." I know it's kind of tense in the area right now, but he was kind of like, dude. I'm like, okay. He runs around. He goes to the house, kind of stands off something, I don't know, and then goes back upstairs, comes back down, does the same thing, and I'm like, buddy. I'm like, I get it. Like, I know what you're picking up. And he's kind of like, Dad, no, you don't want to be down here. He was trying to get me to go upstairs because he knew, like, shit was going on down here. And you'll see me actually, I'll try to find parts of the video where I actually try to get the cam when he's actually sitting over just nuzzling my arm. I try to get the camera, I put it down, and then he just stops and leaves. I thought it was very interesting that my big dog, my protector, and my spirit army actually works with him a lot and protects him. I love you guys. And so, yeah, he usually tells me also, like, something wrong. If the guys can't get a hold of me because I'm with my wife, they won't make noises or anything else until I'm by myself. Unfortunately, when everybody's up, usually it's in the bathroom. I'll start hitting this shower wall kind of thing. But my dog always tells me something's afoot. Something's wrong. I just want to throw that out there. Let's go on. Hey, Al Sparky here. I'm trying to do a little, basically test run. Because I had somebody ask me about, like, they said you use phone apps every once in a while, which I do, and EVP stuff, and how does that correlate? Now, you guys are going to hear this hum or echo. Like, I could turn off this mic. You're still going to hear me because that's a big boom mic over there. It's very, very sensitive. And I have it there just to actually pick up everything going on. And I have used a lot of the apps. And I can tell you, I've had a couple of them work, like, I would say like 10, 20% of the time, maybe. But the problem is, even when they're working, they still throw in a whole bunch of BS, scary crap, or I'm from the 1840s, or, you know, die or devil or whatever. It's just weird. MT actually put me on to this transcend theory, and he actually had me, he sent me the link. Can you see that? Oh, God. How do I do this so you can see that? Maybe? No. Anyways. It's called transcend theory. I think it was I think it was like $5 to $10 or something like that. It was cheap. But he sent me the actual video of the guy who actually made it and how he made it. And he went through it of like he took the best working operations out of the other apps, which were not the text part of it. It was the one that actually just spit out because that didn't rely as much as on the word bank. So this really doesn't have so much of a word bank. So it just kind of sometimes it gets a little weird because it can actually talk. I've had this thing talk in multiple languages, and then when I translate them through Google, they actually made sense. Uh, Sometimes you do have to read into what it's trying to say because as they use this, the longer you use it, the better the spirits get of using it. I know it sounds retarded, but I found out like running it for like 5 minutes, it's weird. I getting stuff, but I'm like, how does that correlate? And I have to think about it really hard. The longer I run it, the more in tune it gets, the more they can use it. So it's a weird little thing. So one of the questions I had was, when I use this, do I get EVPs? The answer is yes and no. So I know it's gonna it's gonna piss some people off. When you're using a device like this, they are solely most of the time trying to, or whoever's using it, usually it's one, maybe two, trying to actually use your device.
Size.
Yes, the size matters. Like I said, it's not foolproof. I do get weird words with this when I turn it on for a bit. Guys, that doesn't make sense. You gotta work with me here. But what I'm saying is, one guy's
Cuteness.
cuteness. Thank you. They'll be really trying really hard to figure this device out, and so they'll be working on this, so they won't be really talking that the EVP can pick up. Sometimes they can. And so that's why we're going to try this, because sometimes, yes, thank you for coming in, guys. You all can come in the office. Everybody's in bed, so you all can come in here and talk to me. It's fine. And I think that's part of the problem is when you have one thing that they like to use a lot.
Cousins.
Yes, we are cousins. When they use it a lot, they'll just go right to it. Like, if I bring out my dowsing rods, usually everything else gets quiet, and they start using my dowsing rods because they just love that because it's easy for them to. Okay, I'm going to turn you down if you keep on just throwing out words. Okay. I'm not a hero, but thank you for doing that. And so I find that when you pull out something they really like, they just stop using everything else and they just go for that one thing. Using
Not more.
no more. So you have to understand that. So like right now, you guys, I've had EVPs in here. Usually if I ask them and they start banging on the walls and stuff, they're not doing it because they got this. And this actually makes them tired quicker than knocking on walls, by the way. Them actually using this phone, I think it's harder for them because I get little smaller sessions out of it where if I just have them like tap on walls, you just have to like tap, just like ding ding. So I know it's you and it's not like a pop or a crowd.
Power.
Yes, you guys. They can do it for an extended amount of time. And every once in a while, if they get really excited about something, they'll just pound on the wall. But I notice when they're using the phone, usually it's not that not long. If you're talking just for like a couple spirits, where they'll start fucking really figuring it out, and you'll start getting stuff, and all of a sudden they'll just go whoa. It's like they just don't have enough to actually work that. I don't know why, but they've had issues actually drawing from my phone. Yeah, yes, and we have fun doing it. but everything else they can draw from pretty easy, especially just like regular batteries. I feel that all the stuff I just put regular batteries in, they drain faster. It's a weird thing. I don't know why, but I noticed both of my phones usually
All your G-mind.
all in your mind. Shut up. See, they're making fun of me now. It's not cool. But I noticed that like certain things I have batteries in either get drained.
They're low.
Yep, they're low. You just yes, my phone I was going to use to show this so I could actually use this for something else. The battery's dead. So yes, you're right. It was low. But I do find they can drain the batteries out of the phones, but usually they don't.
Ours.
No, they're not yours or mine. They don't do it most of the time until they get everything else. Then they'll usually do that. My recorders, usually they'll nail the batteries on my mics because my mics actually take a small battery to put in them to pump out the audio.
He cautious lyrics Ray.
Be cautious. Lyrics right. I don't know what that means. Hey, buddy. Where did you come? Touch your tail. Why did you come down here? You always stay upstairs. Oh, you're good. This is something you want to watch for.
Pew.
Well, you didn't do it now. You just kept on nosing my hand over and over and over again. It's okay, bud. Now he's staring down the hallway.
Here.
Yep, that's my puppy, dude. That's down there. My dog just hit the top of the stairs, went through the doggy door. And just ran back downstairs. Somebody talking to Mike. Could you please? Can I get at least one EVP today? Anybody? Just go right over there. Let's say something. Is that me?
What's on it?
What's on it? Oh, it's a foam. It's like this. It's just a foamy thing on the mic. That's all it is. It's just a stick with a piece of foam on it. Okay.
Here.
It's fine, buddy. It's fine.
A size.
Yep, you have the eyes. Tell me if somebody's here. It's okay. Ready? You're fine.
Out.
And now he's running back upstairs. That doesn't make me feel good. So you're doing something right now? Are you dealing with something? Are you talking about Tom and everybody when people came in and then they left? I know some people went with them. Is that why? Most of the people in the house
Stand.
Did most people leave with them? And now something's here that you said it snared you? So it's holding you? Okay, so when my relatives came for the celebration and they left, some went with them to the light.
I'd let.
You left. And so now you're saying something is here that's not letting you, that's why you're not making noises now? Because something's telling you not to? You said it's him. You were snared.
Oh.
All. And then a knock. There was a knock and an all. Okay. Who's stopping you from actually talking to me? Because me and him are going to have a problem.
While I flee.
While I flee. You don't have to flee this area. If something's trying to make you guys not talk to me, because you guys know when I'm alone, you can talk to me. You can show yourselves. You can talk to me. That's how we
It
do.
shrinks.
So the people that were here before shrank in numbers, and so somebody's here saying you can't talk to me, is what I'm getting.
Letting you.
Okay, so everybody knows we have a good relationship here in this house. Nobody tells spirits they can't talk to me. Everybody knows the rules. If we have something coming in that's acting like an asshole, you guys help me deal with them or I deal with them. So somebody being an asshole and saying you guys can't talk to me because the little knocks and bangs, the little clicks,
Water.
you guys, the water. Is the big guy in here? Come on, dude, we have a good relationship. Why are you screwing with the spirits in here?
Car.
Yeah. Did something come back in the car? This start. That was a click.
I.
You came back in the car. Okay. Now it's starting to make. Why am my throat fucked up? Guys. Be nice.
Last untied.
So the car did come back up to the house. It's been gone for a long time. I know where it was. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you came back with the car, and because you were with family, you were allowed in the house because you were with family. I'm telling you right now, you can't tell people what to do. You can't tell them not to talk to me. Everybody in this house, all the spirits in this house, are allowed to talk to me. They're allowed to make noises. They're allowed to whisper to me. They're allowed to touch me when I'm alone. You can't do it to my wife. You can't do it to my son. You can't do it to my daughter. You can't do it.
Chased me.
Okay. I'm glad he digs you. But when I'm alone, they're allowed to do that and they know it. That was walking.
It no thing.
It's no thing. So you have to be nice. You have to follow a line, okay? Everybody up here, we get along really good. They let me know if something bad comes in. They try to help me make sure the house is safe. And I help them do that. And in turn, they have a safe space to be here, and they have somebody to talk to when I'm by myself. They can make noises, you can show yourself, all that kind of stuff, so you're not alone.
Time pass editor.
Time passes editor. Which car did you come in?
Crew.
You came in the car for the crew? That's not the car I was thinking about. That's the car from the state park. My son just finished his last
Here
year.
is.
It just said yours. So my car. So you're from the state park. That's why everybody's not talking, because they're tired as hell. Was your name Amy? Is it Amy? Make a knock noise if your name was Amy that I talked to at the state park.
Hang on.
Okay, it just told me to hang on. See, now this thing is getting pretty spot on. Still a little hard to translate a little bit, but it's getting there. After 40 minutes. Were you the person at the state park?
Balance apps.
Balance apps. Yeah. It's the same app that we use down there. When I told you it was an app, you were correct. Are you from the state park?
Hello.
Hello. So you were the non-human from the land from the state park.
Not a demon.
It's okay if you answer that. I'm not going to think you're bad. Remember, we got over all of that. You're the nature spirit from
That for a period of.
that I was for a period of. That's a fucking sentence. That's the cool thing is this thing actually will read off like a sentence every once in a while. Like a full-on damn sentence. Okay. So that's why you came in the house, because my big guy is out in the field. And you're scared of him. Yes. So just so you know, remember the rules are you can't show yourself to my wife, my kid, my son or my daughter, or any of our guests that we have in the house. You only can show yourself to me. You only can. Yes, and only make noises to me. Only talk to me. Only make bangs and that kind of stuff to me. So you don't scare anybody else. Okay. That sounded like words as I talked. It might have been just an echo of me, but man, that sounded weird.
Me.
Yes, you. That's what I'm talking to. So you knew my son's last day, and so he said goodbye to everybody and was going to be there, so you just hitched a ride home with him? That explains so much why my guys...
Each bar.
So yes, you did. Okay.
Ed.
Are you talking about the thing that's outside? That's on the property? He's a nice one. Yes, he's a big guy, but he's a nice one. He plays really nice with everybody. We all get along here. We make sure we don't have infighting and nobody hurts each other or makes people do what they don't want to do. Everybody gets along here, okay?
I'm good at.
You're good at it. So you could go outside if you want to go down by the water or out in the... That sounded like a word, but it was so fast, it was like I couldn't even understand it.
How it was.
How it was. Yes, that's how you remember it when you go out and you play in the field. We have a little river that goes down through the property on the land. There's water. We have trees in the backyard.
So,
So yeah, you can go out there. It's fine. If he talks to you, just let him know. I said you could be there, and so as long as you're nice and you get along with everybody, he'll let you stay there. He won't make you
and
do...
check.
Yeah, go check with him. He won't make you do anything you don't want to do. As long as you're being nice. If you're being mean, he'll jump in your ship. I wonder if she just left, because it's like, I'll check. Again, little on the EVPs, a couple of knocks, a couple of weird sounds, like mumbling,
In get order.
and get it in order. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Get it in order. I think that's probably one of my guys, not her. But again, transcend theory, you don't have all the scary bullshit stuff.
Fast.
Get an order fast. Okay? We can do that. That sounds like my guys are saying that I need to get her in line quick. That. So transcend theory, when you start off, it's a little odd. The words won't come across right, but the more you just leave it open, the more they'll use it correctly. At least the stuff you can understand. She's out. Okay, so she's outside now. A lot of times I actually just turn this on just to see what it do, and just carry it around the house, and it wouldn't go off for like an hour. And then like, anybody here? And then also going this would be like, it would come across, something would come across it. I'm like, that's interesting. So I've had it not do anything for at least a couple hours, and then I've had it be very responsive. Like, I've damn near had a conversation. Again, it's not foolproof and it's not always correct, but I think it's, if you get
Jane off.
Jane's off. What's her name? I thought her name was Amy. Jane's off.
An interview all far.
Apparently there's an interview going off far, or whatever. So it sounds like somebody's having an interview with somebody. I'm like, oh. Trial. Interview, now trial. So if she has been a problem and she did go out there, which it sounded like she did, I'm not sure why I said Jane, but maybe we got her name wrong. But anyways, it said she went out there. Then it said she was in an interview out there, and now it said
ID.
trial ID. It sounds like she might have went out there and found out if she was being a little bit of a pushy, like she was at the state park. Just not gonna fly.
East.
East. Yep, she's talking to my big guy. Because, yeah, that's, yep, that's where she's at. Could you guys give me a knock if she's out in the field with our big guy right now? Yep. So, I'm waiting here to knock. Can you guys knock, please?
And leave.
And leave. Is she getting kicked off?
And still, you've got mail.
Oh my God. So here, when they're talking about my big guy, they just call it it. They don't give it a name. They don't da. They just refer it. It's there, or it's coming, or it's whatever.
In up.
Because it said it. I think she left. Still there. In up. I'm not sure what in up is.
After pet.
Is after my pet? Is that why Shep was acting so weird? Like he kept coming down and just put his nose under my hand and just like look at me. I was like, pat him. I was like, you're okay, bud. Or no, I'm asking you if she was messing with Shep, my dog. Or both of them? Is that what you're saying? As an or? But that kind of explains why I heard the little thunk, and then Shep went from rump, went up, came back down, went over, came back over, went back up. We're not gonna let them mess with my pets, right? My puppies are my babies. And we get to do that, so if somebody starts messing with them, you guys gotta let me know. Or if they start messing with you. I don't know why you guys didn't let me know.
Knife.
The knife. Are you saying I gotta do it right to push her off? Is she that much of a problem? I just had a super bad day yesterday. I'm not set up to take on the nature spirit riding stretch on the recognition. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys.
Deep.
Shit.
He's fast.
I'm fast. Stop it. I'm not that fast. Okay, guys, question. Yesterday, when I had all my problems, was she the cause of my problems? Having a seizure? Getting all dizzy and stuff? When I say she, I mean the person you said was here.
Or up.
Broke up. I heard that. Thank you.
Head.
Yeah, I know he's out there.
This two are we off?
This do are we off? So do this or you're off. It's like, so you guys need help. Or you can't do it. Is what I'm reading in that.
Send.
Okay. Is she... Can you guys answer me this? By either a knock, a whisper, or on that. The thing we're talking about is it an elemental. The thing that came in the car. If it is, I'm gonna shit my pants. I already got one here. She didn't feel like an elemental. She wasn't that powerful. The knock was me.
And Yara.
Guys? Okay, so she is the children of the elementals, so she is a nature spirit. She's a nature entity. Gotcha. So, sometimes they just use words I have to translate. Don't be funny.
Heat.
Eat. Okay. I did eat today. I didn't take my pills, but I ate. Is she still outside? Or is... So you guys might be calling her it because it's not like you. Like you call...
As I fear.
As I fear. Okay. Well, she might stay out there with our big friend out there, because they'll probably get along. And since the other one she was dealing with was kind of a meanie, that's why she was
Inside
asking
her.
to leave. Inside her. Is something, you didn't like something that was inside her, or she's inside? Is she inside the house, or is there something inside her you didn't like? Because not all nature spirits are
Our.
friendly. Our. Tell you what, she has a match going on right now. I think that was my chair. Yeah, that was my chair. With my big guy out in the field that roams this property and the ones around it, especially the big one behind me, the 99 acres or whatever. Between him and the big son of a bitch I got by, who's a spirit, but he's in my shop. Nice guy, but yeah, I wouldn't screw with him. He takes care of my shop pretty damn well. I've had a couple clairvoyant and what do they call it? Were they Farsi reading? And they're like, I can't really. It's hard to see in their house, but they're like, holy crap!
Us.
Yeah, I'm talking about you guys. And they're talking about them, and then they get out there like, holy crap, you have something on your property. I'm like, yeah, I know. I call him my big guy. It's like literally I've had
Of course.
off the car. she's trying to go back to the car.
Me.
I thought I saw something in the security camera, but I think it was just a rope on top of my side-by-side. Anywho, no, it's funny because I had two that I just podcast with, and after the podcast, right?
My testimonies.
Yes, your testimonies is what I talked about. And they both said the same thing. And then I have another sweet lady that I talk to all the time, and she's every once in a while she just jumps in and she's like, "Holy crap balls!"
Her.
Yes. So the thing that was being a problem, is she still outside? Make a knock if she's still outside.
Her.
Twice. Her. Okay.
Adoni.
That sounded closer to the name that we got. Let's say bird.
Me.
Ah. I understand now. It said that said me. No, you're not. You come back inside? Okay.
Pat,
You come outside that. Now I got chills. I got a knock. Well, now I think we figured out where you came from. I kind of figured out why my guys here can't handle you. And why they said you've been snared and can't respond.
you.
Do you remember what I said at the state park? There's a reason why you're pushing everybody around, but you're not pushing me around.
Haste.
You need to leave everybody alone now. Don't give me the chills. Thank you. You need to back up.
Him.
You got close enough to me in the park, in the shop area, where you figured out you really didn't want to piss me
And
off.
like.
Now that's my guy's coming through. Him. He's in haste. I like. You remember what I told you I was going to do to you if you kept on causing problems? You were not invited into this house. You think you might be, like you said, Donnie, you were not.
Now I know.
Now I know. You are not the master. If you said it like I'm your master, I am not. You're not playing well with my spirits in this house.
Wrong.
So you either need to be very, very nice and realize you are the new person and do what they say to understand how to live here, or you need to go outside with my big guy and he will teach you a lesson of how to act. Your only third option is I remove you in the most heinous and harmful way you could imagine. You know who I am.
Where to?
Said you're 10. Did you guys call?
Let's send a tour.
You guys called some people back, didn't you? They said now we're 10. Let's do a tour. I'm telling you right now.
Over.
It's over. Again, don't want to do it, but you know I can. And you know I have a really big guy sitting right outside that's going to help me do it if I ask him to.
The high-sized.
He's the high-sided. Yeah, he's the big guy.
Okay, there you go.
So I cut out as much as I possibly can, but I want to leave enough to show I didn't cut in between the long responses. Because if you notice, the thing actually starts responding pretty quick. And then when I start challenge it, it has like a long gap before it actually responds again. And half the time I have to talk before it responds again. I believe I do know what it was. I believe it was a Dryad, which are normally pretty mundane. They're very fierce protectors of their tree and their forests. Usually they protect forests, but they're hooked to like one sacred tree, which is usually older tree. And then when we were down there, this entity did talk about how she was manhandled, if you will, and went on and on, and that's the reason why I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of the video I'm still trying to edit that was down there. Coming to find out, they actually did a whole bunch of clearing of the forest, including cutting down several trees and several older trees that they were afraid might crack, fall down, what have you. I believe that's what she was talking about. But so far, everything is good. I haven't heard hide nor whisper of her, and my guys are actually making noises now, which means they're pretty, at least safe or free to do so. I'll follow along later on to see if she is still on the property or if she has left. We did get her name, and I can't remember it. I asked my son. He told me, and I still forgot it because I'm a dumbass. But anyways, I'm sorry it's a long video, but I wanted to show it because, number one, I think it shows if you use an app or a device and the spirits are trying to use that, you don't get EVPs, you don't get a whole lot of knocks, you don't get a whole lot of anything. They're trying to use that one device, which kind of showcases this pretty well. Because, you know, guys, I get a lot of knocks and bangs. I did get a couple knocks and stuff, but it was rare. And they got to use that app pretty well. It was pretty spotty coming in. And then after a while, they did a couple full sentences. They responded pretty spot on. They give me hints of trying to figure out what I'm talking about in their answer. Again, they're trying to find a way to talk through the app, so sometimes it's not like a normal sentence. You have to kind of like think about what it's trying to say, and then usually if you actually look into like the meanings of the words, you don't go far fetched of like grabbing straws out of the fucking air. But if you look at what the word actually means in that series of words or how they line up, usually you can figure out what they're saying. Hope that helps, and hope you enjoyed me and my guys here and my big guy over there, and some people that they had come back in to help kick out a nature spirit that was being kind of a dick that followed my son home from the state park. Everybody have a good one. Get out there, research, be honest, and most of all, have fun. And also try new devices. Some might work for you, some might not. You never know until you try them. Catch you guys later.